Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today in this video we will study about the Government of India Act of 1919. We will also study about the features of this act and we will see the changes made by the British government in India. Basically on August 20, 1917, British government declared for the first time that its objective was the gradual introduction of responsible government in India. The Government of India Act 1919 was thus enacted, which came into force 1921. If we talk about this act, this is also known as Montagu-Chelmsford Reform. The then Secretary of State for India, Mr. Montagu, and the Governor General Lord Chelmsford formulated proposal for the Government of India Act of 1919. That is the reason this act is also known as the Montagu-Chelmsford Reform. It created a new office of the High Commissioner for India in London and transferred to him some of the functions hitherto performed by the Secretary of State for India. It provided for the establishment of a Public Service Commission. Hence, a Central Public Service Commission was set up in 1926 for recruiting civil servants. Responsible government in the province was to be introduced without impairing the responsibility of the governor through the governor generals for the administration of the province by resorting to device known as diarchy or dual government. This act provided voting rights to the Indian women for the first time, and David Lloyd George was then Prime Minister of England. Moving forward, the subject of administration were to be divided into two categories, that is central and provincial. The central subjects were those which were exclusively kept under the control of the central government. The provincial subjects were subdivided into transferred and reserved subjects. The transferred subjects were to be administered by the governor with the aid of ministers responsible to the Legislative Council, in which the proportion of elected members was raised to 70%. The reserved subjects were to be administered by the governor and his executive council with no responsibility to the legislature. The previous central control over the provinces in administrative, legislative and financial matters was relaxed. Source of revenue were divided into two categories so that the provinces could run the administration with the revenue raised by the provinces themselves. The provincial budget was separated from the central budget. The provincial legislature was empowered to present its own budget and levy its own taxes related to the provincial source of revenue. The central legislature retained power to legislate for the whole country on any subject. The control of the Governor General over provincial legislation was retained by providing that a provincial bill, even though assented to by the Governor, would become law only when assented to also by the Governor General. The Governor was empowered to reserve a bill for the consideration of the Governor General if it was related to some specified matters. The Governor General in Council continued to remain responsible only to the British Parliament through Secretary of State for India. The Indian legislature was made more representative and for the first time bicameral. That is, the upper house was named the Council of States, and this was composed of 60 members, of whom 34 were elected. The lower house was named the Legislative Assembly. This was composed of 144 members, of whom 104 were elected. The electorates were arranged on a communal and sectional basis, developing the Morley-Minto device further. The Governor General's overriding powers in respect of central legislation were retained as follows. His prior sanction was required to introduce bills relating to certain matters. He had power to veto or reserve for consideration of the Crown any bill passed by the Indian legislature. Then third point, he had the converse power of certifying bill or any grant refused by the legislature. He could make ordinances in case of emergency. So this was all about the Government of India Act of 1919. If you liked the video, then please do like and subscribe. Thank you for watching and have a good day.